Frankie Muniz has a ride hooked up for Daytona. Dominic Scelzi to replace James McFadden in the Roth 83 for the time being. And David Gravel wins the DirtCar Nationals with the World of Outlaws. We're going to talk about all that and more next. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Racing Pulse. I'm your host, Tyler Isley. I apologize if you can hear it in the background. Right when I started recording, of course, there's a fire engine outside on the main road outside. I do live in the city, so that's kind of new to me. But beggars can't be choosers. But we got some news to talk about in the motorsports, so let's go ahead and get right into it and get started. We're going to talk about Dominic Scelzi. Currently, at this very time of recording, High Limit Racing has started their season. They are at East Bay this evening. This is Monday, February 12th. You're going to see this Tuesday, February 13th. This is going to be the last Monday without a show because I'm going to be pre-recording and discussing my reactions from the race weekends on Sundays, and those will be uploaded on Mondays. So this is the last Monday that you will not see a video, or yesterday is the last day you will not see a video on a Monday. From here going forward, it is Monday through Thursday, and then when the off season kicks back off, way down the road, we're not even going to talk about that yet. You're going to see Monday videos going forward. But for today, we got a lot to talk about. Dominic Scelzi is going to replace James McFadden in the 83. McFadden's having some trouble getting back to the United States, as most people know. He goes back to Australia for the off-season, and, we've seen this a couple of times in the past, especially after the COVID year. Like, we didn't see James McFadden for, half the season due to issues with getting back to the States with visas and stuff like that. McFadden is coming back, and that's in due time, but for the time being, they've tabbed Dominic Scelzi to replace him in the 83, and I think that's a phenomenal option. Dominic Scelzi is a guy who had a handful of wins last year. Actually, I think more than a handful. I think he had over 10 wins last year out on the West Coast. He's been a kind of a mogul in the social media world of dirt racers, specifically sprint car drivers. And I think he's going to be able to do a lot. We saw him race for Mark Dobmeyer a couple years ago, did really well. He's had another stint in the 83. Even prior to that, back during the COVID year. This is another good opportunity for Scelzi to go out, show what he's capable of. Of course, his younger brother Gio had a really good weekend in the 18 car at Volusia. So Dominic Scelzi at East Bay tonight. So far, it's not been a bad start. We'll see what this carries forward going forward. We're gonna kind of keep an eye on it. I'll recap the first two nights of the High Limit Sprint Car Series on Wednesday or Thursday this week, along with previewing kind of the weekend, making some bold predictions. I don't really preview the weekend the way I used to, or the way I think I wanted to initially. It's going to look a little different. I'm still kind of planning it out, but it will be ready to go when you see it on Thursday. Moving forward from that, and speaking of this coming weekend, Daytona, Frankie Muniz has been given a ride. He's going to drive the number 35 for Joey Gase Motorsports this weekend. Remember, that used to be Emmerling Gase Motorsports. Last year, that team had kind of a falling out of sorts, where Patrick Emmerling is now racing with SS Greenlight, and Bobby Dotter in that team. For the majority of the year, he's doing some ARCA stuff on his own. And Joey Gase has been left with what's left of the Emmerling Gase team. Not a lot of resources. All the resources and money that was going in was from Patrick Emmerling. That was kind of why that group came together. And things just didn't really work out from everything that I've been told in that situation. Frankie Muniz comes in. He's going to be the guy that tries to get things done for that team. And he's going to be in their flagship car. I think Joey's driving the other one, the 53. But it's really going to rely on Frankie Muniz. I don't know if points are going to be able to get him in or not. I think that this car is going to be the better of the two. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we do know that Frankie's going to be running a handful of races as well for RSS Racing, which is Ryan Sieg's team, but we don't know how many or what the schedule looks like. So it's just good to see Frankie in a car this weekend. He's not in the ARCA Series anymore. Red Jones Racing went with Justin Bonsignor this weekend at Daytona. So Frankie Muniz is going to be really, really fun to watch at Daytona. And I'm excited. I think this is going to be, I don't know about the best pairing in the world, but it gives an opportunity to show that he is capable of driving, especially potentially outperforming the equipment, even at Daytona, because it's still difficult to do. If he can take care of it, outperform it, I think we'll see Frankie Muniz a lot more this year. Moving on very, very quickly, very, very briefly. I know this is a shorter video, so I apologize. I have a longer video planned, though. The next video you're going to see on Wednesday, that is going to be my NASCAR season preview. And, you know, I already did my NASCAR season preview. It's going to be my predictions for the season, the weekend. You know, I'm going to add to the predictions I already gave you. And I'm also going to give you guys an in-depth, round-by-round prediction for my NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. It's really going to be Cup Series centric this time around. It's not going to be all three series at once. NASCAR Cup Series centric predictions, if you will come out on Wednesday. Look forward to that video. It's going to be a good one. Now that shameless plug is over, David Gravel won the Gator Nationals this weekend for the third time, I believe. Kind of the king at Volusia recently. He's been the guy who's going in and performing really well. Big Game Motorsports has been the best team on the half-mile tracks over the last 3 years. Really, since he got in the car, I guess, so 2021 to now. The two team has been unbelievable. They've been the best team at these half miles, and they've only been getting better. So David Gravel goes out and wins. But guys, we saw a lot of really good stuff, honestly. I think that we underestimate some of the stuff that we did see. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask. I'm kind of reserving questions about the 1-inch wicker bill. They did run throughout the week this week. I'm reserving those questions. I'm going to be asking around some of the drivers on social media and seeing what their thoughts are. So I'm going to get you guys those answers as soon as I possibly can on what they think of the 1-inch wicker bill. The tracks they're a bunch of different racetracks, so I'm going to be kind of reserving some judgment until I see it everywhere this weekend. And from things I already knew, it's not going to be a huge change, and it wasn't a huge change. Things kind of look the same at Volusia, so I'm excited to see what that looks like going forward. Again, I'm going to be asking around a lot more going forward, and seeing the more we see this test continue to be run. Super excited for that. But things that are of note. Sheldon Hansfield had a really bad week. Closed it out with a win. He got the win on Saturday night. Took home the big money, $20K. And I think he needed to get the season going. You blow 2 engines in the first 3 nights, and then you come out on Saturday and have probably your best showing, and probably one of your best races as a whole in your career. 30-plus wins, and that could be one of your best, just the way that he was able to take care of the equipment until the end. He didn't burn his stuff up the way that the leaders did. And you could tell it really made a difference. Sheldon Hansfield was really good on Saturday. I hope that momentum carries. Remember, they come back to Volusia before they go anywhere else for Bike Week at the first weekend of March. We already talked about David Gravel. He was phenomenal. Brad Sweet got the opening night win. And, not really surprised. Brad Sweet came out, did what he had to do. Rico Abreu was really good as well, another high-limit guy. But Gio Scelzi, phenomenal. Gio Scelzi was great. He ended up finishing second, I believe, in the Gator. I keep saying Gator Nationals. I don't think that's correct. DirtCar Nationals points. Gio Scelzi came home second. He's currently second in Outlaws points. Gio was a guy I talked about in the preseason. He's a sleeper for this championship. If this team gets it going and gets the momentum and carries it forward, takes care of equipment, doesn't have to spend a whole lot of money, and starts making a lot of money, they are going to be extremely scary. I'm looking forward to Gio this year. I think he's definitely one of the best sleeper picks out there for the World of Outlaws Championship, even after the first weekend. Landon Crawley was phenomenal. Ended up going quick time in his first ever night of action with the World of Outlaws. Ended up sitting pole after winning the dash another night. Didn't get the results in the A mains that I think he was looking for. I know that, I saw a post from him talking about how he was kind of bummed that things didn't go the way he wanted them to, but I think that going forward, he's going to have a really good time and a really successful career. It's already been an extremely successful start. Moving forward from that, other guys who had notable weekends, Buddy Kofoid was pretty solid all weekend. Bill Balog blew 2 engines, ran out of engines, and actually had to take one from, I think, Kevin Newton on Saturday, or Friday and Saturday. So that was already a rough start for Bill Balog. I'm hoping that they get this problem solved and they're back on their feet. I do not want to see him have to pull out of things. Noah Gass was at one point a full-time driver. He decided he's not going to race at all. He's going to go true outlaw schedule this year. So Noah Gass not full-time with either series. Craig Kenzer jumped on last second with Premier Motorsports in the 70. Not sure how that's going to go, but we will see. Spencer Basin, that team was pretty rough this weekend. I don't know if there's a lack of speed somewhere, if they just missed the setups all weekend, but something did not seem right for the CJB Motorsports team. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing that improve, and if it doesn't, I don't really know. Some guys were quiet. Logan Schuhart was extremely quiet, but really solid. Donnie Schatz was pretty quiet, but extremely solid. Carson Macedo missed one feature and was pretty close to missing a second. Provisionals were unlimited this weekend, so if you saw a bunch of guys take 2 provisionals, they're not out yet. You get free provisionals for Volusia on opening weekend and Charlotte for the closing weekend of the season. So no provisionals have been used. Bill Rose took provisionals every single night, if I'm not mistaken. But Carson Macedo, I got to see a little more. I think he's a guy that can win this championship, but you got to make the show. You cannot be struggling so bad right out of the gate. I think they're going to get better, but it's only a matter of time, and time will tell exactly what they have on the table. So with all that said, that's going to close it out tonight. Actually ended up being a decent little video here, about 13 minutes, but I just want to say thank you guys. The last 2 videos were really, really successful. I'm really thankful to all you guys for tuning in, leaving your comments, even though some of them I don't really agree with. Maybe I'll open up a mailbag show one time. Maybe we'll do like a monthly mailbag on Friday or something, and I'll read some comments and respond to them. I don't know. If you guys like that idea, leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about everything I talked about in this video in the comments below. Give a like, subscribe. That's free, by the way. You don't got to pay nothing. Just subscribe. You get to see my face. If you turn the notification icon on, then you'll see when I upload. So, some really cool perks. Subscribe. Check it out. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow.